It is a brand new day and we're back in the garage to continue work on this slide out kitchen build. I did go back through after we wrapped up filming the other day and I've added an extra support beam into the center of this slide out cooker section just to give it a little bit more strength. It probably didn't need it, but I'm just trying to over-engineer this whole build to make sure everything is as strong as it can be. So the next step is going to make up the 3 separate bench tops, one for this very top layer, one of course for the massive slide out bench, another one down here for the cooker to live on. For this I'm just using wood, and I've been down to Bunnings and I found this stuff here on sale for 30 bucks per panel. I think it's designed for furniture judging by the sticker on the front, but it's 18mm thick, nice and sturdy, and each piece is pretty much the perfect size to fit in there. I'll have to do some minor trimming, but should be good to go. Bench tops are installed and it's all starting to take shape. I'm still not 100% sure what finish I want to have on these bench tops just yet. Obviously they're just raw wood at the moment, so they will need some form of treatment, but still not sure whether I should just seal them, varnish them, or cover them in something. Whichever way I decide to go though, I will have to wait for the warmer weather on the weekend. And that's about all I've got time to do on this project tonight anyway. It's already getting pretty late. The only problem with working on projects like this after work is that I do have to kind of do them in bite-sized chunks. But for you guys, through the power of editing, we can jump forward a day and continue work on this project. So as you can see, I have pulled the bench tops off again and I'm ready to give them a coat of varnish. Been down to Bunnings and bought some walnut coloured stain and varnish. Actually, the actual name is Temin Merbau, hope I'm saying that correctly. Should just give these bench tops a nice chocolatey, walnutty sort of colour. Now, I know I said I was going to wait till the weekend before tackling the varnish, but time's getting away from me a little bit. It's about a week before we head off to Karajini, so kind of just have to smash this project out. So before I chuck that varnish on, I am just going to give the bench tops a quick sand. First coat is complete and I think it went pretty well. I don't really have much experience with varnishing stuff, so I kind of just did what I thought seemed right, and I guess time will tell how it turns out. I'm going to leave these to dry overnight because they need 12 hours between coats, and tomorrow morning before I head off for work I'll give them their second coat. Tomorrow afternoon I'll flip them upside down and do the undersides as well. So as for the platform that the cooker sits on, I'm going to be trying something a little bit different that I'm sure is going to be pretty divisive. I'm going to wrap that platform in this vinyl adhesive that I've had sitting in the garage for ages. I think it originally came from Kmart and it's a nice marble finish, so it's going to be a very fancy platform for the cooker to sit on. Couple of reasons I'm trying this out. The first is I've never really done much work with vinyl adhesives like that before, so I figured this is as good a project as any to test that out. And number two, I'm all but certain that I'm going to be swapping this out for a sheet of metal somewhere down the line. The whole project was getting a bit expensive, so I thought, you know what, let's just use an off-cut of MDF I've already got laying around in the garage for the short term and see how it goes. But who knows, I might end up loving that vinyl and keeping it long term. You know what? I actually reckon that looks pretty cool. It's turned out better than I was expecting. I managed to get that vinyl stuck down with no air bubbles and folded around the edge, which is good. Yeah, now I can bring a touch of class camping. So obviously I'm not expecting this to be very durable, and I'm sure my barbecue tools are going to scratch this up pretty quickly. But I mean, for a $2 roll of vinyl and an offcut of MDF, I can easily just make up another one if this one gets damaged. Well, that is benchtop 1, 2, and 3 done for tonight. Obviously, I'll go back through and add a second coat of varnish to the main tops, but definitely on the home stretch. So the next step is going to be to make up some front panels and also some side panels for that slide out assembly. That'll be tomorrow for me, but for you guys, that'll be right now. So my bench tops have had their second coat of varnish, and I've also done the underside as well, just to fully seal that wood. And today's project is going to be to make a small storage cupboard for the back of this slide out module. Now you'll see when this is fully extended, the cooker only comes to about here, giving us an extra roughly 30 centimeters or so of unused space. So my plan is to use this metal I've bought from Bunnings, create a bit of a floor underneath here, a back panel here, a front panel here. Obviously the bench top will create the top, and then I'll have a little swing away door underneath. And Bianca's also suggested that we put an access door on both sides. No matter which side of the kitchen you're on, you can always access that storage underneath. Well, that's the rough plan. Let's get to it. Okay, so the floor of the cupboard is fully installed and ridiculously strong. I've really gone to town on the rivets, mainly because they look pretty cool, but also that's going to be a really nice strong cupboard for essentially bin liners. So over-engineered like the rest of the project, but the next step is going to be to put the back and the front onto this cupboard. So I've cut a piece down to size and I've made up a custom bracket for the back. That just drops in place like so. It's a very tight fit, which I guess is what you want for stuff like this. There we go, that will sit in place like that, and I'll whack some rivets in, or I may actually drop it in from the other side. Haven't really decided yet, but it fits in that place nicely. Got a bracket for the other side as well. And then finally, the back panel will just be attached the same as the base on the back there. And then it's all ready to go back in the car, and I can get those bench tops reinstalled. Ta-da! We now have a little cupboard underneath the kitchen bench. I've just sat these bench tops back in place to get a rough feel for how everything's looking, and I'm pretty happy. I reckon that cupboard looks pretty neat, and it's extremely strong. I really went to town on the rivets, so if there's a rivet shortage, you guys know who to blame, but it just means I can be confident storing pretty much anything inside. There's actually a surprising amount of space inside that cupboard too, so we might end up using it for food storage instead. It just depends on how the rest of the setup goes. In other news, my bench tops were a massive fail. I told you guys I knew nothing about varnishing. It turns out doing the bottoms last was a bad idea because all the excess varnish kind of ran around and it's pooled in little droplets which are now on the top of the bench. And also, even though I sanded it pretty thoroughly, I thought, it's really rough, the finish on top, so not really sure what happened there, and I don't have time to fix it now before Carragini because that's less than a week away, which is one of the reasons I'm absolutely trying to smash this project out. But at some point, I'll take the bench tops off again, give them a sand back, and try again. Anyway, I'm gonna leave the kitchen fit out there for tonight. I've got a bunch of wiring to do in the car because this project never ends. It's currently 10 PM too, so it's probably a bit late to be flashing up the circular saw. So I'll catch you guys another day for the rest of this fit out.